Hey, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Dream back with another trucking video for you guys today. And on today's video, you guys already know by the title of this video, I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I want to quit already. I've only been here for about a week, and planning on quitting in a week, that is horrible just to even consider. But just give me a second, just watch this whole video before you guys just judge me. I judge myself too, but just pay attention to it. But basically, I value my license, right? I feel like every day that I work at this company, I'm jeopardizing my license, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But there's things that I'm doing because I'm being told to do, that if I get caught, basically I risk my license. I risk probably suspension, ticketing, just citations left and right. But let's get started. So you guys know it was a little shaky in the beginning, getting me loads and stuff, whatever. I would get to the location and I would be really early, maybe like several hours to even a day early, whatever. And then there would be other times where I would get to a customer, or I would have my appointment times like really close together, where I would literally not be able to stop for fuel or not be able to stop for anything to be able to arrive at these appointment times, right? So like dispatching with times, not good at all. And since I'm an independent contractor, I don't know if I were to arrive to an appointment late, that would come out of me. So obviously I don't want to arrive anywhere late. I try to get there as early as possible, try to make sure everything is done smoothly, right? But a couple days ago, when I recorded that video, I was somewhere in Maine, which is northeast of the US. I think a day after, or that same day after, I had a load from Boston, Massachusetts. I think it was the next day. Boston, Massachusetts, going to Atlanta, Georgia. And I think the total miles was 1,166 miles, something like that, right? It was crazy. And the thing is, I was really low on my hours. I picked up the load, and I think I only had like an hour left on my 14-hour clock. So that 1 hour, it was literally just enough time to stop at a truck stop and, you know, do my reset there, my 10-hour reset. That wasn't the plan. So I picked up the load, and of course I was barely gonna make it to a truck stop, but my dispatcher was like, oh, call this number, they're gonna do some magic. And that is sketchy as a yeah, that's what I'm gonna say, right? And I call them, they edit my logs, and now I have more hours. But keep in mind, that was towards the end of my day, basically, so I was already tired. I drove 3 to 4 more hours that day, and then there was no parking, so I ended up parking and staying overnight at an on-way ramp, right? And the very next day, after my 10 hours, I drove and drove and drove. Literally, I did maybe 800 and something miles that day. That's just to show you how many hours I drove. And let's just say it was more than 11. That's all I could say. I gotta watch what I say too, but I had to call that number again because I was told to call that number and they were gonna do their magic. And yeah, so I was able to arrive. The appointment was at 5 in the morning. So let me just, that way you guys get like if you guys want to look at the calendar or whatever, I picked up the load at around 6 to 7 p.m. on the 4th of March. I was supposed to deliver that load on the 6th at 5 in the morning. So basically a day and some hours, right? And yeah, on the 5th, I think it was a Sunday, I drove all day almost. It was like 16 hours of literally driving, and it was painful. I tried getting coffee, that wasn't working. Tried getting sunflower seeds, just horrible. I arrived at the customer Monday at 3 in the morning, and I knocked out. 3 hours I knocked out while they were unloading me, right? And right after, I was like, okay, perfect. I sent them the information. I told them, hey, I just got unloaded. That's it, right? I started driving to the closest truck stop And then I get another load. They dispatched me on another load, I believe going to North Carolina. I think North Carolina. And they told me to go pick it up. I think the only reason why I did it was because it was in the direction of the truck stop. But I picked it up, I stopped at a truck stop, knocked out. Knocked out. They wanted me to keep driving, to call that number, do some more magic, but I told them I only slept 3 hours while they were unloading me. So I pulled over, truck stop, knocked out. Didn't care if I was gonna get in trouble. I didn't care. And woke up, started driving, whatever. I arrived at the location, and I think it was I don't remember. I'm so like, these days are like confusing me a bit and stuff like that. But let me backtrack a little bit even more. When I was in Maine, when I made that last YouTube video, I had an air leak under my trailer, right? Apparently one of the springs or the bungee snapped, whatever, and it made the airline start dragging on the floor. And because it wasn't showing on my dash that there was like any air leaks or anything, all the air pressures were good, everything was rolling. By the time I found out, half of the airlines was burned out. So of course air was escaping and everything. I let my dispatchers know. They said, oh, they'll see how I would fix it, right? And for a couple days I was just driving, scared to get pulled over, scared to drive through weigh stations or inspection centers, thinking I'm gonna get pulled over, I'm gonna get a citation, because if air's leaking out, it's on me. Like, I guess for me to fix or whatever, so I would get the citation, I'm assuming. And still no word of like, oh, get it fixed here, get it fixed there, bring it over here, we're calling someone. I went to truck stops, and one truck stop didn't have it. Right now I'm currently at a Love's, and they're taking forever just to even get to me because they have other drivers in front of me. But yeah, I was driving like that for days, and every time just kept on leaking and leaking. And it's not safe, because I understand that if air doesn't get to the trailer or whatever, or enough air, it locks up the wheels. And that was my biggest fear, especially being, I think I had like 42,000 pounds one of these loads, and I was heavy, and just going up and down hills, thinking any moment now my wheels could lock up. So apparently safety was out of the question, right? And then today I woke up at 7 in the morning, finished delivering my load, and I went to another truck stop trying to get some rest while I get another load, because once again, no update on fixing the trailer, whatever. And they tell me I get another load going to Florida. So I'm here at the Love's, and I tell them, hey, the mechanics would look into it and all that stuff, right? But my dispatcher wants me to go directly to Florida first, and then go to Ohio, where we have a terminal, and then fix the freaking leak, which is not safe, of course, which sucks. And to make things worse, the trip is 760 something miles away. So I'm gonna have to call them, and they're gonna have to do some magic again to give me more hours, because I'm not gonna make it. Since I'm already like 6 or 7 hours into my 14-hour clock today. So just no, I'm putting myself in a position where if I get pulled over, that's on me. Like editing the logs, even though I'm not the one editing the logs, it's on me, because I know what's going on. Or it's just annoying. And then another thing was, they sent me a picture of my statement that I'm gonna get paid, and yeah, for the amount of hours and everything that I've been doing, it is not good. Plus, they took out $500 for a safety, no, not a safety, for escrow, I believe it's called. What? I believe when they hired me, they mentioned, oh, it's a $2,000 for escrow, but they're gonna take out payments of like $200. They took out a $500 payment, so I'm only left with like $800 after that and stuff like that. And no, for $800 I could be home working 4 days a week, local, No, I was making more car hauling. Come on. So I don't know. I'm just very like, what the hell is going on? My dispatcher called me twice since making this video and I haven't answered. Honestly, if I wasn't so far from home or broke, I'd be going home right now. But I need a plane ride. I need to go back to LA or to where I live. What would you guys do? Like, if you guys knew that dispatch didn't care about your safety, that your tires could lock up any second, they want you to go to Florida, then Ohio, then get the thing checked out so they could replace the airlines, and then them taking out $500 for no reason, only leaving you $800, and for all this driving, all these editing of logs, and yeah, I'm counting my days.